Fine. Today I will start a new lesson about states of matter and about the changes in the states of matter. And I said before that the meaning of matter, it is anything that has mass and volume, or it is everything around us. And the meaning of mass, it is the amount of matter in an object. And the meaning of volume, it is the space occupied by an object. Okay, so let's know, and we know before that the states of matter is solid and liquid and gas. And let's know what is the changes of the state of matter. You know that the matter present in only one state, in the normal temperature, in the room temperature, but it can change from one state to another by changing in the temperature, by changing increasing the temperature or decreasing temperature. Okay, so we will do an experiment that if we have a pieces of ice and I put the piece of ice in the glass and then let the piece of glass for a while, what we will observe, we will observe that the pieces of ice will change into water. Okay, so it will melt into water. Okay, so this means that the ice take the heat, take the hotness from the air, and it change into another state of matter, which is liquid. So here the solid changes into liquid, and this happen by heating. Okay, and then we will know the name of this process later. Okay, and also if I have water and then I poured the water in the container, it's not like another experiment. Okay, so we will put the container which is full with water on the stove. Okay, so we will notice what the water start boils, and then the water vapors comes out the container. Okay, so this means the water changes from the liquid state into gaseous state. And this happen by heating or cooling? Yes, it happen by heating, as it takes the hotness or the heat from the stove. Okay, and then we will do the third experiment. We will cover the container with cover. Okay, so we will find that water drops formed on the cover. This means the water vapor which was in the gaseous states will change into water or liquid state. So it happened by cooling or heating? Yes, it happened by heating, because I cover it with a cold surface. Okay, we will do the fourth experiment. We have a liquid water, and then we will put the water in the freezer. We will find the water freezes, which means changes into ice, change from liquid state into solid state. And this happen by heating or cooling? By cooling, because I decrease the temperature. Okay, so let's see each state of them, each process of them. How does it happen? At first, I said before, we have a pieces of ice and I let them for a while. So we will notice that the pieces of ice will change into water, as we see in the picture. So again, the pieces of ice will change into water, and we call this process melting. So the ice melts, change from solid state into liquid state. So melting is the process by which matter changes from one state or from solid state into liquid state by heating, because it takes the heat from the air. And the second state, or the second process, which is we will know that is named evaporation, which is the water vapor comes from the container. And I have the water and I put the water in the container and then put the container on the stove. We will notice there is a water vapors comes out the container. Okay, and the amount of water in the container decreases. Why? Because the water changes from liquid state to gaseous state, and this called evaporation. It is the changing of matter. It is the matter changes from liquid state into gaseous state, and we call it evaporation. Okay. The third one, we will have the hot water comes from the this glass of water, have like a hot water, and then I will cover it. I will put something cold near to it. Okay, so we will notice the water drops formed on the cover because the gaseous state changes into liquid state. So water droplets are formed on the glass sheet. The water changes from gaseous state to liquid state by cooling, and this process called condensation. Condensation means it is a process by which matter changes from gaseous state, which is water vapor, to liquid state, which is water drops by cooling. Excellent. And there is an example for condensation that when in the early morning we will in winter we find that water vapor formed on the leaves of the plant because the water vapor in the air condense on a cold surface, which is a water which is plant leaves, and also the condensation of the water on the cover, and also condensation of cover of the container, and also the condensation of water on the glass as a water vapor in the air condense on the outer surface of the glass, because water vapor condenses on the cold surface, condense when it touches a cold surface. Okay, and then the freezing, it is the changing of matter from the liquid state to a solid state. Change from the liquid water, which is water which is liquid, into ice, which is the solid state. Okay, so it is called freezing. Freezing is the process by which matter changes from liquid state into a solid state. Okay, and this summary. Okay, so solid, like the ice, change into liquid by melting, by process called melting, and this happened by heating. Okay, and liquid, it change again. This is the reverse process, or the opposite process to melting. The freezing, I put the water in the freezer, so it will change into ice. So it happened by cooling, and the process called freezing. Okay, and also if we have a liquid and put it on the stove, it will change into water vapor. So change from liquid, it changes from liquid to gas. Again, if I have the gas which is face a cold surface, so it will changes again to liquid. Okay, so it form a liquid. This happen by cooling or heating. It happens by cooling. Okay. And if I have the